build. So let's work on building a store. So I'm gonna stop this, and we're gonna do some brainstorming. Let's talk about the store. What do you want in an RPG store? So obviously you have buying, selling items, different prices, different vendors. Otherwise, what's the point of going to different vendors? Vendors only selling certain items types. You know, we could also have random items at certain times, or as plot progresses, game progresses, things like that. Quests, unlocking certain items. Alright, so a lot of these features are, they're definitely nice to have. They might be hard to implement right on the first version. One thing that would be key is, basically you have your master list of items with a default price. Like, so your item list contains base price. Vendors can buy, sell at a percentage of that price. And this could be to buy items, quests, right? So first off, in your basically, for a store, you can either have explicit list of items and then percent price, or you can have some sort of scripting language to say, all weapons, like basic melee weapons are at 90% price. Expensive weapons, like the elite weapons, are at 110 price. And then buying all weapons, 65% price. Right. And some stores in RPGs, they have the merchant has gold, and they'll only buy as much as they have gold. I actually don't like that system. I like, you have a bunch of junk you collect during an RPG, you go to a vendor and you can just offload it all and turn it onto gold. That's more like the action RPG, like Diablo, Torchlight. Even I think some of the old Bioware RPGs were like that. The new Bioware RPGs they have, and obviously the Bethesda, Skyrim and Fallout, the merchants have a max gold, so you can only sell certain items and you can do trading and stuff like that. So I'd rather have merchant has no limit on buying. We also need our interface. Do we want a buying plus selling screen? Do we want a item comparison? These are all things you can add to the screen that we're probably going to not build tonight. Might be nice features for later. So, and also quests and unlocking items. So you could basically have game dev store. So basically, the first thing we need to do, master item list, price field. Then we need a store tree. In the store tree, the store is going to have a so the store tree is going to have the master node, info node, which is the guy's name and maybe some intro dialogue. Selling his whatever sprite or portrait he has. And then you're going to have the branch nodes will have flag, you'll have your global flags on them. And then each branch node will either have a type listing or a item listing. So type listing is going to be like item type. Let's do how about a buy price percent and a sell price percent, and then this would be item ID buy price percent sell price percent. So then when you go to the store scene, basically it's going to build the item sell list dynamically, max number of items per sale. I kind of like that, so you don't have a giant list to scroll through. So the type, not only are we going to have weapons, a lot of RPGs have rarity. Right now we don't have the concept of rarity in our game, but we could probably do that based on price. So like a rarity. And rarity could just be a price range defined in constants. Yeah. So max number of items for sale, and then get all explicit items first, then go through all flags, get all explicit items, and go through type lists and get random lists. So like if you say melee weapons, maybe he'll sell a dagger, a longsword, and a bow staff or something, but he won't sell the fiery great axe because it's not the right rarity. So first things first, we're going to do our master item list, add a price field. So what we're going to do, we're going to go to our data here. See, here's our data here. Basically, here's all our CSV data files. We can go to the actual Explorer, go to our, we're going to have to add, the things we're going to have to add columns to all this stuff. Which is fine. Weapons, armor, effects, items, range weapons, usable items. Alright. So here's a sample CSV price. Wand of magic missile, I don't know, 1,000. Healing potion, 50. Grenade, 200. I mean, it really doesn't matter. We're not tuning the prices yet, the economy of the game. We're just adding sample prices. So we're going to call this price. A stun bow, 1,000. Yes. Price, items, gold is 1. Gold tooth. So quest items, these are kind of a special case. We don't want to sell those, so we're just going to make it 0 anyway. And we're also going to have some logic, so you don't sell quest items. Alright, so these are characters. Price. Oh, these are effects. They don't have a price on those. Let's save armor, chainmail 500, leather 250, great helm 250, leather cap 50, regeneration ring 1500, attack ring 1500. Weapons price. Bare hands 0. This is also special. You shouldn't be able to buy and sell your bare hands. So this kind of thing, you need to have a flag for it. Longsword 100, dagger 25, flaming battle axe 1500, holy mace 500, dragon claw, that's like, 10,000. And these are actually monster weapons, so you can't buy and sell those. Alright, so we added price to all of our item data. So now we're going to edit the schemas for all our data. Game data is in our loaded data here. So here's all basically our dictionaries of our loaded data inside this object called game data set. So basically when we start the game up, we basically read in all those CSV files into these dictionaries, so we have them as a reference. And one thing to note is the IDs are unique. They're going to be globally unique. So you can see here in abilities, the IDs are in the 10,000 range, and the weapons are in the 40,000 range. So I mean, it gives you 10,000 IDs per type, which is plenty. And basically, if we look at some of the game constants, you have these ranges of the IDs, so you can basically determine what type it is. So it's kind of a, not the most elegant solution, but it's quick and dirty to determine if you have just an ID of something in the game, you can tell what it is, and then go to the appropriate dictionary to grab it. Alright, so let's go to our data. Facts, abilities, game characters, items. So if item has it, that's all you need, right? And I think, what's price going to be? You're going to have, I think it should probably be long. You could probably have something over 8 max in price if you really get. Yeah, maybe not. That's a lot of gold for an item. But it's a long versus an int. Memory's cheap. So we have price on that, so let's make sure when we're loading these guys, this is in our asset loader, data loader, so let's go to our game data object and just check to make sure that when we start the game, all that data gets loaded properly. Just at a breakpoint here. And fire it up. Again, this is kind of a hack, but what are you going to do? Alright, so we loaded all our data. Let's go to our weapon data dictionary. We have our weapon here. And price didn't get loaded, huh? Or no, that's the bare hands. Let's go to this. So this is our flaming battle axe. Price 1,500. Oh, that's the two-handed weapon. Interesting. All right, so price is working. We have price now. Great. So now we need to make a store tree. So let's go to our trees. We have our trees. I don't know why I have this interface. Probably get rid of it.